Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to the Jamo and Dylan Show. It is episode 195. We're edging ever so close to the 200.
Magical, mate.
It is magical. Exciting news just around the corner as well. We'll be able to announce that very shortly.
Yeah, that's
maybe
news.
next week.
Maybe next week.
It's
big news. It's fun news. It's exciting news.
It is. Now, before we recorded this, we were a bit sad, Dill.
Yeah.
We were talking about where we rank in Australia in terms of duos, partnerships.
And before that, because we were talking about the Inspired Unemployed are #1 at the moment.
Correct.
And then we were talking about Hamish and Andy had that crown for so long. And you were saying that the other night a thought came over, how many people didn't make it because of Hamish and Andy? You know what I'm saying?
Like Hamish and Andy were the top dogs. They were the inspiration. They were a big inspiration behind us and this show.
Was there a young Jamo and Dylan back then who were just, scraping for the top, never got there? And like I said, now they're probably in their 40s, behind on their mortgage payments. Their nice girlfriends have left them, working in a warehouse, life's in turmoil.
Yeah, well,
They were
probably
that close,
a moment away from greatness, but they never got there. And sometimes we feel like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes we feel on top of the world and that, the best things are just around the corner.
And then we were thinking, where would we rank as a duo out of all the Australian duos?
So it's hard. Like off the top of our head, we've got Inspired Unemployed right now would be #1.
Hamish and Andy, Fairbairn Films.
Yeah.
So that's already 3 ahead of us. Then you got Fitzy and Whipper ahead.
Misfit Minds.
They're a bit of a trio, but we'll put them in there. So that's already 5, so we're 6th.
Yeah, and you and I listed more, and we ended up outside the top 10.
Are we top 20 duo? List cloggers.
List cloggers are very high.
Above. So are we a top 20 duo, or are we 50th? Are we even putting ourselves way too high?
Oh, we're top 50.
You reckon we're top 50?
Yeah, okay. Have to be.
I'll take top 50, I guess.
We can't have the TikTok following that we do and not be top 50, right?
I'd really like it if we were top 25.
Oh, I'd like top 10. That would be really nice.
Yeah, I don't think we're top 10.
No, because I think top 10, you're living off that money.
Well, I thought we were, but then when we started listing names, then I'm like, we're 15th. So if we're 15th, we're probably 25th.
Yeah, probably. Because we're not thinking about all of the duos. Like a few are slipping our mind here. I was driving home from work last night, Dill, and...
Yeah, this was weird, mate.
Night before. There was a car just in the ditch. So it's a pretty deep ditch too.
Oh, bro, that car was in the ditch.
How would you explain it?
45-degree angle in the ditch.
And the ditch is quite deep. Probably
I don't think you could drive out of that. Could you?
Meter deep? No. He couldn't drive out.
No,
he got
was
help.
Stuck in the ditch.
Yeah, so 2 wheels were almost submerged in mud.
The car wasn't far from being on its side. Yeah.
Now, I just thought that it was a stolen car or someone had just left it there. But as I slowly drive past and take a photo, I see there's just a guy on his phone just waiting for someone.
Just casually on his phone in the ditch.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I wonder how he's got there. Do you reckon he's just not seen it? It's not lit well around here, or...
I reckon he was on his phone. There's no other way.
And then just bang.
End up in the ditch like a dickhead.
The car's probably fucked, the right-hand side of it that was in the ditch.
Yeah, there'd be lots of scrapes, scratches, and probably dents. You know what's interesting? We say dent. In the eastern states of Australia, they say dint, D-I-N-T.
Really? It's not a dint.
I remember...
It's a dent.
My cousins are in New South Wales, and I went over there and said dent, and they were like, "You all right?
What?
Do you have an accent issue?"
What the hell? I've never heard that before.
Dint.
Dint. A dent or hollow in a surface.
Yeah. I want to know what's more commonly used. So for the people on TikTok, what do you use? Do you use dent or dint?
Bro, it's got to be dent.
Well, we use dent.
If dint is the more favoured one,
See, but
I might retire from the world, man.
I've experienced both. So when I first found out, I was like, what the fuck?
But what do you say now?
I say dent.
Okay, cool.
Because that's just what I was brought up on.
Good.
Right? But if dint is the more commonly used
Dint
one...
sounds like it's New Zealand. I
does.
can imagine them saying it, but...
I can... if dint is the more commonly used one, I can come out and say, yep, that's fair enough. I'll still use dent though, personally. What was the definition for dint just then?
Well, dent was in the definition for dint. A dent or hollow in a surface.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was trying to say.
The soft dints at the top of a coconut.
Right. So I see a dent. This is now. I see dent as like a real big dent, right?
And then the dent, a slight hollow in a hard, even surface made by a blow or pressure. There was a hideous dent in the front passenger door.
Yeah. See, but then I see dint as like small hailstones dinted my car, rather than a dent is like a boulder hitting your car.
Yeah, dent's big.
Yeah, that's
Because if it's like a big thing, you can't be like, oh, look at this dent in my car. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's actually blown my mind.
Andrew
Wow.
Schultz.
Yeah, we bought tickets to the show. We're seeing the big man. It's going
We
to be
did.
great.
So he's been a big inspiration of ours ever since we started. Andrew Schultz. He's a great man. He's an American man. He's a comedian. He's a stand-up. He's a comic.
An entertainer.
He is. He has a podcast called Flagrant in America. That is huge. Does incredible numbers. I've been a big fan of that for many years. And yeah, he's coming back to Australia. You and I have bought tickets to his
Excited,
show.
bro.
And we'd love to meet him. So Andrew, if you're out there, if our people can send this to you, that would be
Please.
amazing. We have a segment called Who's Punching, which is who is punching in the relationship. We get a boy, a girl, a girl, a girl, a boy who are in a relationship. They
He'd
send
love
this
it,
in.
bro. He would love it. The videos would go crazy. Who's punching with Andrew Schultz? Astronomical.
He's the perfect fit for our show.
Perfect. We need 10 minutes of your time. That's it.
10 minutes.
And if you want to
with
hang out
us.
like a Nando's after or
Oh
something,
yeah, we'll
would
get
be
a little,
nice too.
we'll get a little cheeky feed. Might not be on New York level, but
It might be.
Maybe.
Nando's is pretty good.
it is.
So please come do a Who's Punching. You'll love it. We'll love it.
Yeah.
It'll be incredible.
In a
bro.
few words, how do we describe who's punching to him? Basically, you
It
get
makes
to
my
roast
week,
people.
bro. That's
Yeah.
what it does. And yeah, you just get to roast people. You get to compare a couple with their consent and just go in on them. They love it. And you get to say who's lucky to be in the relationship.
You know, it would be amazing if this reaches him before his show, and then he does a who's punching at his show
Yeah.
with people in the front row.
That would be great.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, going to see Andrew Schultz.
It's
So
going to be good on a Monday night
bro,
too.
sold out pretty quick.
Yeah.
That was like a 10-minute
We
type
like
thing.
forgot it was at 11. 11:06 log on. We're scrambling, you know?
Indeed.
We're scrambling. Now this got sent in. Do you keep your eggs in the pantry or the fridge?
I think fridge.
We keep them in the fridge too, yeah.
I think fridge, because obviously in the door of the fridge we have like an egg holder thing.
nice,
So
nice.
like all the eggs
Yeah, we
are
keep
in
ours
there.
in the fridge.
But I have seen them in the pantry, but I'd say 80% of the time it's fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are always in the fridge, I think.
Did this person that sent
His
it
be
in?
in the pantry.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
That will divide some people as well, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy with fridge.
Yeah, people get really defensive about that stuff. I don't care what you put it in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like everything, really.
As long as it's not going to kill me, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind what's going on. And then we get another one sent in. So build your team around this player. Prime Fyfe or Prime Dusty?
This is AFL for those who don't know what we're
AFL.
talking
You know,
about.
we'll give the AFL fans a little couple minutes some love here.
If it's a finals series, it's obviously Dustin Martin. He's
Yeah.
the greatest to ever play grand finals, whatever. 3 Norm Smiths, one of the greatest big game players
Yeah.
of all time. In terms of consistently at the top and being the best in the game, it was Nat Fyfe. I think
Yeah.
Fyfe had 4 or 5 years where he was top 3 midfielder in the AFL without question. And he won 2 Brownlows.
Brownlows.
Does
Dusty's
Dusty
got
won
one.
one? Yeah. But Dusty's, 3 flags, 3 Norm Smiths.
That's what, yeah, they're Fyfe's more consistently at the top, but then I'd probably pick Dusty just because I think it's rare for a player to play his absolute best football on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one who consistently puts out his best game
on the
in
big
the
stage.
biggest
Yeah.
moment. Like a lot of other stars have like an average game, or they're not like, particularly that Geelong game where they were down and he carried them. I was like, this is unbelievable.
We can even go back to 2013 grand final where Fyfe played in a grand final.
Yeah,
He got a decent amount of the ball, but he crumbled under pressure in front of goal.
yeah. I know what you
Dusty
mean.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in terms
A
of...
lot of the big stars, yeah, like they do crumble in front of goal
Yeah.
too on a grand final.
And prime Dusty is the grand final Dusty. So I'll pick him as well. Although
But you'd be happy with either of them.
Fyfe's, one of a hero. He's a big hero of mine, Fremantle player. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go Dusty purely for the finals factor. But
I
yeah,
feel like I could win a flag with either of them, eh?
it would be
honestly.
interesting. It would be interesting to see if Prime Fyfe had 3 or 4 cracks at a grand final.
Yeah, how many you'd get.
Yeah. Because Dusty was quite mature and at a good age
Yeah,
when
they
he reached those grand finals.
reached it when he was like ready
In his
to
prime?
go. Yeah,
Whereas Fyfe, he
it
was
just
real
slightly
young.
before. Yeah,
I think he was, what would he have been?
he was real good in that like 15, 16.
Yeah.
That's when he was like.
How old would he have been in the
I'm
2013
not sure.
grand
I don't know when he
final?
started.
He would have been like,
How old was he?
my
Like,
guess
what
is
year
like
was
21.
his first season?
he would have been around 22 years old in that grand final. That's a bit young.
Yeah, that is young.
So, yeah, I'll still go with Dusty, but no, Fyfe was a superstar.
Because do you know what I can't remember? Bont in that 2016 grand final, was Bont good that day? I don't really remember him as a big figure.
Yeah.
because that must have been his first or second or
That
third
was also
season.
7 years ago.
Like, he was a young man then.
Yeah, so let's have a look here.
'Cause I'm just wondering.
Yeah, he was
that
about
now.
21. So there you go.
Yeah.
You got Bont and Fyfe, who are young in their grand finals,
Let me see how Bont did in this grand final.
statistic-wise.
Okay, so he had 22 disposals, 7 tackles,
No goals.
no goals. So it's a decent game, like, for a young man.
Not bad. What's this about, Dill? Your team,
Okay.
Man United in the Prem.
Mate, so, obviously in the world these days, you see it in the music industry, there's a lot of things to do with, the devil, and they wear devil horns in
Yeah,
the
right.
videos. And I thought Manchester United's posts were gave me some satanic vibes. Bro.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
So they uploaded their new third kit. So this was, you don't choose the devil chooses you.
Okay.
And I understand they're the Red Devils, but they've never played on it this hard before, ever. Then we've got, you're in for life, devils only.
Yeah. The comment that scares me there is you're in for life.
If you want to be a devil, it's on our terms. The devils are coming out to play. And I just, particularly the you're in for life, devils only.
Yeah, you're in for life is wild.
That one's just a bit like, if they win something this year, I know
Yeah.
what's happened behind the scenes, bro.
Yeah.
They've made a little deal with somebody because it's been a while.
I understand, like, that's a special kit. It's like a Red Devil special
Yeah.
kit. They're playing on the devil thing a little bit
They've been
too
the Red Devils
much.
for 50 years, and I've never seen them come out with a "you're in Devils for life." It's
Yeah.
on our terms.
That-
I'm like, fuck.
It's on our terms. It's wild.
That's
like,
a bit
should
crazy,
be-
bro.
Our
I
mate,
don't want to sign up for that, bro.
our mate Frank, like, he supports Manchester City and he used to support Chelsea. Do you know this story?
No, I didn't know you used to support Chelsea.
Well, who
no.
supports City from birth? Not
No
many
one.
people in
Who
Australia.
supports City before like 2015,
Yeah.
bro?
So he supported Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
and then Balotelli did the "Why Always Me" celebration where he lifted his
Oh,
shirt,
yeah.
and then Frank jumped ship. Then,
Okay.
right?
Disgraceful.
But yeah, he wasn't in for life with Chelsea, was he?
No, he wasn't.
No, he jumped ship. So
Man United, you don't get a choice. You're in.
you're in for life.
I don't.
That is a
And
bit
I love
creepy.
him my whole life, but that scares me a bit.
A bit creepy.
I might have to back off, eh?
No, you can't back
Might go
off
for
now because you're in for
Newcastle.
life.
I'm fucked, eh?
You actually can't back out.
I'm
That's what they've
scared,
said.
bro.
You're locked in.
At least I'm not like a member or anything.
Oh, we'll see.
I'm scared. If they want to invite me to the stadium, I'll still come.
They'll do targeted
VIP.
posts and stuff now.
I'll probably end. Oh, you'll see me in the kit in 6 months in summer. All right, this is a great one.
All right.
You're packing your dream lunchbox. What are you putting in it? And it has to be like a realistic school lunchbox.
I'm going to think back to my school days.
Yep.
Okay. So an up and go. I loved up and goes.
Yep.
So back then I probably preferred the chocolate up and go.
Yep.
So I would have a chocolate up and go. I would have, honestly, I'd go to the school canteen and I would get, if we're talking primary school, we had elite chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah, primary school. We've said this before. Primary school canteens are next level, bro.
High school, what did they have? They had like tater tots.
And like chicken strips they used to have.
Yeah, but
they were
that-
decent.
They discontinued those and only
Yeah.
did them on certain days.
Now, I think it was only a Friday or something. You'd get
Yeah.
a chicken strip. You had to get in line quick.
So perfect lunchbox.
I had something the other day that took me back, bro. So I forgot what it's called. Anyway, it tasted like a fruit bar. Do you remember those? They were like small. I need to find anyway, it tasted like this fruit bar that used to be in my lunchbox. And
Yeah.
it took me back, bro. I loved
Did
it.
it have like a berry inside? Or?
Yeah. It was these. Do you remember those?
I do remember those.
Fruit flavored, like.
Rainbow stick things.
Yeah. It took me back, bro.
Fruit bars.
Apricot. I had a apricot covered in sugar
Yeah.
that she bought. You know, the coal section, you get your own nuts and stuff. And
I
it took
used
me
to-
back, bro.
I used to have choc chip muesli bars. They were alright.
I used to have, in primary school, I used to have roll-ups. I always had like a banana and an apple. So I have that for legacy.
I love the chocolate yogo.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah,
I always had a chocolate in there.
yeah, you loved the
Yeah.
chocolate.
And then I would buy, Mum would make me like sometimes I get a chicken sandwich. Otherwise, I just buy like potato tots.
I used to have
tots.
like just a ham and cheese sandwich. I used to
Yeah.
like those.
And I would get the chicken chili sub sometimes on a Friday. It was decent. If them tenders were cooked good, then
Oh, bro, I remember I used to love having a cheese toasty, a cheesy. Bro, cheesy in
cheesy was good.
primary
In primary
school.
school
They
was
were
elite.
amazing.
Cheesies, nuggets. I don't
Love
know why.
those.
And we used to have like little pizzas too. That
Yeah.
was sick. The circular ones.
yep.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
I even had like Le Snack, which it wasn't my favorite thing, but I'd always have that on first break. I used to do things on particular breaks. Like I'd definitely eat like my main meal on the second break.
Yeah, same.
First one, I'm just having a couple little snacks.
Yeah, my first break was always a banana, the apple, 2 fruit, then get a chocolate in, and then I'd probably go get a choc milk.
Yeah.
I used to love getting a choc milk. Then lunchtime was maybe second chocolate of the day with some tater tots or...
I used to have...
and maybe I used to love the $1 icy poles I used to have too.
potato gems. I was trying to figure out the
potato
name.
gems, that's
and I was
what we
saying
call
the
them.
American
I'm
version.
saying,
Tater tarts.
tater tots, boy.
But yeah, that's just a little guide. I didn't have much fruit. I had apples. I was a big apple person. And I remember in primary school I had a lot of pears, but it was hard to get a good pear.
I agree with that. I love a pear when it's good, but they're hard to get a very good
What's
pear.
your favourite fruit nowadays?
Strawberries.
Yeah,
but they're hard to be good as well.
Yeah.
Like, but when they're in, I love them.
Yeah, mine's watermelon.
That's a good one.
Love
I
that.
like watermelon in summer, bro.
Yeah. I love it on a picnic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very versatile, and you can travel with it. Not a lot of fruit keeps as well as a watermelon.
Indeed. That girl who sent in that question also asked about our theme song for the show. So a little backstory for those who are new or those that don't know, there is a full version of that song. It's called On the Way to Dunsborough.
It's just on the YouTube channel.
Yep. I'm the one rapping it, but Dylan and I both wrote that together.
It's about levers.
Yeah, about levers, schoolies. So basically, we went down to schoolies and I'd like half written the song, and then the year after we went down again.
Toolies.
And I finished it with Dill, and then we put it out there, and then I thought, well, it's kind of the only song we've ever made. It just felt right.
And it's on Spotify too. I put it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's still there.
It is. I think it's got like 30,000 listens or something.
28,000 streams.
Beautiful.
That's
Amazing.
elite.
So yeah, go and have a listen to that. The old photo of us.
Yeah,
I remember that was after my comeback footy game for.
Nice. I watched that day.
Got that scar on my head.
Good times, bro. A couple of years ago. That was probably 3-4 years ago.
Indeed. But yeah, you can find the full version. It's like a lyric video.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely have a listen to that. It's not the greatest song in terms of like mixing and mastering. We didn't know what
Lyrics
we were doing.
are good though.
Yeah, no, it's a cool song. And that was done when we were like 17, 18.
Yeah, but that was no podcast.
18. No, it was way
There was
before
nothing.
then.
Nah. And we had made a video as well, tips for levers or some shit.
Yeah, a guide to levers.
/
And schoolies.
some people came up. I think that was the first time we got recognised.
We did.
We came...
Sarah.
Yeah.
It's the first person that ever came up to us. It was her and her friend.
Wow.
And it was
I wonder what she's up to these days. Bro.
schoolies. And I remember, she came up and it was the first photo we ever got with each other.
Yep.
And I remember I was wearing Lockie Harrow's hoodie.
Is this her?
Yep. Just looking at the postman out the front. He's struggling to put the mail in the letterbox here.
That's a thick one right there.
It's been taking him a
couple
while.
T-shirts or something. Maybe a sweater.
Wouldn't be the worst job being a postie.
I don't think so. You're out on the bike, getting a bit of fresh air.
Yeah, in the elements, just
I don't mind
living.
it.
Just
Sarah.
living.
Do you know what she's up to these days?
No idea. All right, we just had to take a little break because the bird that was quite troublesome last week,
Going nuts, bro.
headbutting the bottom of the cage. And yeah, it's like a mental asylum for that thing, being locked in a cage. I don't know why we ever got a
How
pet
many
bird.
years now?
2007. So,
She must have been a bad, or he?
don't know.
It must have been bad in its past life, bro.
Yeah, it's a
What it
nightmare.
gets, man.
Still whistling outside, but I don't think you'll be able to hear it through the big thick wall. So
Yeah, shout out Sarah.
that was a great moment. And that was from the YouTube video, A Guide to Levers / Schoolies.
Crazy time.
A great moment in our life, and yeah, one that we'll never forget. Just that, I think a lot of people in our field would never forget the first time.
Yeah, you get like the first 1,000 views. We were like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that night, man, when we made that video. We were so happy. We went to Macca's to celebrate.
Yeah, we just couldn't believe how well it was going.
And we went to a haunted house that night.
Yep. I wonder how that house is going these days. We haven't been there in a few years. Maybe we should visit it again.
Was it Halloween?
I think it was, and that's why we went.
Crazy.
Maybe we should go there again.
Maybe we should. Bro, remember those needles and stuff?
No, it was a scary, scary place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was insane.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the Poddy, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
Hey boys, so the other week I was coaching some kids, we're playing some basketball, and one of them falls over, runs over the ball, tries to jump on it, thinks it's all bouncy and stuff, smacks his head on the ground. Absolutely hilarious, the funniest shit I've ever seen. And I'm just thinking to myself, why do we find that shit so funny? Like if you're walking down the road and you see someone take a slip or something, you laugh. It is funny. I don't care what anyone says, it is the funniest shit ever. So it just got me thinking, why? Right? So I did a bit of research, and it's actually pretty interesting. So let me know what you guys think. But when we see someone falling over, our neurons fire as if we were the person doing the falling. And then these mirror neurons duplicate the patterns of activity in our brain. So this guy's saying that our brain is tickled by that.
He's probably just clicking like next slide.
Yeah.
I'll continue that on a little bit here. But it's saying our brain gets tickled by the stimulation of the neurons, and it forces us to laugh. Makes us feel funny, which is kind of interesting. Kind of shows how involuntary a lot of our emotions can be and how powerful our brain is. Just a bit of food for thought for you boys. Stay safe.
It's like a scientific
The brain's
response.
getting tickled, bruv.
Giggle.
And your brain's getting a little tickle.
I've always been ticklish.
Yeah?
Yeah. The more he was talking, the more I was understanding or have a lack of understanding of why we find it funny. Because just think about it. Just someone falls over. If that was you, you'd feel embarrassed. You would feel just less of whatever you are.
But
And
watching it, your brain goes, this is hilarious.
this is so funny. Ha, sucks to be him.
I think
sucks to be
maybe
her.
your brain's going, I know exactly what that's like, but that now that it's not us, it is funny.
Yeah, but then that kind of like our brain's a prick then.
Oh, of course, bro.
Like our brain
The brain's got a bit about it.
is giggling at someone else's downfall.
Tickling itself.
Alright, yeah, Meso's head is as big as fuck. No hats fit him. But I was thinking, with the arena, it took me to the end of you guys explaining it for me to think, the whole time I was at Optus Stadium, but I'm thinking the back of Optus, like, all of the little fucking nooks and crannies, all the fucking, like, kitchens, I'm talking the whole arena. So maybe that is what comes into play, you can hide. Or are we talking just forward 50 of the Optus, or the Gather, just balls to the wall, punching on with a gorilla. Because if you're hiding, I'm going out in the back of some storeroom.
See, and then I replied to Ben telling him that I'm imagining more Colosseum.
That's exactly what I imagined too. When we got sent arena, I was thinking,
I'm just thinking Roman Colosseum.
this is what used to happen.
500 BC or whenever the fuck it was built, and I'm just there, bro.
They used to do like Prisoner vs. Lion.
Yeah, I would. Do you know how much money I'd pay to watch that shit?
Yeah.
Imagine like the entertainment we get today is crap, bro. It's just remakes of movies and every TV show is the same. And imagine going like with the boys, right?
Yeah.
It's a Saturday night in 5 BC. You're off to the Colosseum with the lads. You've had a few wines, like you got your sandals on, your little robe, and you're going to watch Gladiator versus Lion, bro. And you like imagine when the Gladiator gets him and everyone's like, "Fuck yeah!" And then they release 2 lions, bro, and you just see him get ripped to shreds, and everyone's going crazy. You got your little flask, man.
Bloke stolen some ciabatta.
Yeah, pop him in there, bro.
He's been killed for it.
Imagine, like, I feel like it would be one of the greatest nights out of all time.
No, it would be.
Man versus gorilla, man versus elephant. Imagine the shit they would have seen.
Yeah, what would be the
Imagine
craziest
a gorilla
matchup?
just like crushing some dude's head, bro.
3 elephants, 1 man?
Yeah.
Yeah, what animals could they have got?
You've had 6 reds. God damn, bro.
Wait, so the Roman Colosseum, right, in Italy,
Yeah.
they would have had to have shipped in
Yep.
lions and stuff. When was this, though? This would have been like, how many years ago?
2000?
Oh, are we talking like Jesus time?
Yeah, before, I think.
Because in my head, I'm thinking, how are they getting these animals, transporting
I
them?
think they just shipped them, eh? Yeah, 46 BC. 46 years before Jesus, bro, they were doing this shit.
So Jesus just grew up in that time.
Yeah, but he probably never saw one.
Nah.
He was over
I
in
reckon he
old
had the-
Jerusalem, you know, just chilling.
But surely there were like Colosseums in different countries. Like,
Maybe. I'm trying.
it's not just the one in Rome, surely.
There used to be games as well. Gladiator games. 105 BC.
Yeah, with swords and shields.
Yeah, this shit's sick, bro.
So what would you like to see? What would your...
Packed crowd, bro. Regularly packed in crowds, upwards of 65,000 people,
Yeah, that's like
towering
Optus.
high into the Roman sky. Oh, it sounds better than the AFL Grand Final.
So what would your head-to-head matchup be? Like the one that you would like to see the most, the headline act?
I just want man versus lion, yeah, just a classic. Because
alright.
I do want to see what a lion could do to a man.
What about like 8 men, 4 lions,
Oh yeah, like an actual battle.
no weapons? Like surely these blokes had swords and stuff.
Yeah,
Some would. I guess the running of the bulls is the most close thing we have to that's
Yeah, that's true.
legalised.
yep.
Because I saw a few boys that I used to play footy with did it the other day, and they're running
they
away.
love it?
Yeah, and they were right at the gate where it opens. It was insane, the footage they got. Like just these Spanish blokes getting flown up into the air, flung. These bulls are savages.
Yeah, look. So they do hungry animals versus gladiators.
So they did do elephants, giraffe. Bro, giraffe?
They rarely fought, but it did happen. But the main event was 2 gladiators at the end of the day. Just 2 big dogs, 1-on-1 in the Colosseum. And you just watch them duel it out. Someone gets killed at the end, bro.
Have you seen giraffes fight each other?
Nah.
Never.
Is it good?
Bro, it's nuts.
What, is it violent?
So how do you reckon they fight? Just, okay, so you've never seen it? Just imagine it.
They kick each other? Or is it
No.
all head?
It's all neck and head.
Ooh.
They swing.
With their head?
They swing their head around and just smack you with their cranium.
Oh, must be strong, eh?
I'll have to show you a
yeah.
video.
I'll see
I'll
that,
I'll
bro.
show you now. I'll just edit this bit.
Giraffe fighting?
It is insane. Giraffe fighting. Oh my god.
Oh, he dodged him.
Oh, right in the jugular.
Oh, that was a low blow. This is insane, bro. How are their heads so strong?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Giraffes can break their necks from this, bro. It's nuts.
Bro, there's no way you're not frothing that in a Colosseum on a Sunday with the lads.
No, it'd be crazy
It'd
to
be
watch.
crazy. 2 lions at each other, and then you get the 2 gladiators.
I think-
It'd be better than any sport we have. Sports regressed, bro.
There's this like primal feeling. I think that's why the UFC does so well, because it's, I guess,
Because there is that hint of death in it.
it's the modern day like gladiator type.
Well, you
thing.
even saw, with the Jake Paul Diaz fight, the difference in the damage taken. Like, there were so many times where you think Diaz is fucked, and then he's not cut. He's still just taunting him, and he was fine.
Yeah,
And I'm just thinking, usually in a UFC fight, he's all bloodied, and it's like, it shows a difference in UFC, like you said, is much more primal and
Yeah.
violent, and that's why they're the craziest men, bro.
Yeah. Also helps that the gloves are way less.
Yeah. That's what makes it closer.
UFC's
it's just
basi-
hand-to-hand combat, bro. It's fully just...
I've felt UFC glove. It's basically gloveless. Like, it's nuts. Bare knuckle fights
Bare
are scary
knuckles
to
crazy.
watch.
That's a popular thing now.
Crazy. All right, move on to some confessions.
It's now time to dive into your deepest and darkest confessions. Let's hear what the people have to get off their chest.
This one, bro, is ridiculous.
Okay.
I was the other man for over a year.
Oh.
Hey fellas, been watching you on TikTok a lot recently and have just started binging the Poddy. Love the stuff. I have a crazy long confession that I find funny and hope you will too. Let me digress. Several years ago, I met a girl, but things got in the way of anything happening. Then, after she notices I viewed her public story, she adds me on Snapchat and we start catching up. At this point, she has a man, so I take things platonically. A few weeks pass and it's Christmas. The girl gets rather drunk and starts sending me flirty messages saying she wants to cuddle me. I'd liked this girl for a while, so I went along with it.
So at the time, she has a boyfriend.
And it's Christmas.
Yep.
We decided to meet as friends a few weeks after, so we hadn't actually met in person yet, so we went on a dinner date. It was on a cold December night and she didn't have a hoodie, so I had to give her mine to keep her warm. One thing led to another and we shared a kiss in the park. This was only the beginning. She ended up taking my jumper home with her and informed me several weeks later that her boyfriend had been wearing it. This made me laugh. We knew what we had done was wrong, so we deleted our socials to stop us from talking. However, this only lasted a few weeks and she started to tell me that she didn't want to be with her man. May came around and I FaceTimed her in front of her fella and spoke to him to assert my dominance. We then arranged to hang out again on FaceTime. A week passes by and I pick her up and we go on a walk, grab some Mackies and head to a local viewpoint. So this is UK.
Yeah, I knew when they said cold December night.
On the way home, I confessed I'd only had sex once before, to which she replied, "That makes me want to shag you even more," as she scratched the back of my head. We pull up to an abandoned car park and try to do the deed. However, the little guy was feeling shy, so we had to turn to other alternatives. After the failed mission, we had a slight falling out and I decided to tell her boyfriend everything. I send screenshots, photos of us together, the lot. He didn't believe me and accused me of lying or twisting the truth. I gave up and left it, but received a message from him several months later. He told me she confessed to it and they broke up. He then befriended me and weirdly enough we hung out several times and joked about it. We went to car meets, clubs and other things along those lines. They then got back together and I left them both for another year.
This is strange to me. Why would you hang out with him?
I guess he needed a friend, eh? The next summer rolls upon us and they're back together, but I still wasn't done. I ended up messaging her again. We went on another date to Wagamama, played some mini golf and went on a woodland walk. I go back to hers to watch a movie, Bridesmaids. Her older sister pulls up and I have to scurry upstairs to hide. I spend half an hour underneath her bed before coming out, cuddling in her room before heading home at 2 a.m. Then we spend a week together where we finally engage in naked wrestling several times and go in several other dates. She breaks up with her man again during this time and things are looking clear for her and I. We spend the day in London for her birthday and it's nice, dinner and other niceties. She says I can stay the night, but changes her mind once we get home. It was 11 p.m. and she lived a while away, so I stayed in my car. In the night, now ex-boyfriend comes along and picks her up for a drive. At this point, I just give up and move on. I find a nice girlfriend, but we break up after 6 months. The day I ended things, I shot toxic girl a "Hey stranger" text, to which I'm immediately shut down. We agree to be friends again and meet up platonically. At the end of what was a very friendly day, she kissed me. I kissed her back and immediately regretted it. I got the closure that day and haven't seen her since.
Yeah, hey guys, sorry that was super long. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack and it's kind of funny. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Thanks for Poddy. And good news, I've got a missus now. We've been together for 2.5 years. So I'm out of the drama and yeah, I'm happy. So yeah, thanks. See you later. Bye.
I'm happy to hear he's happy. It was also the end of the story.
Just crazy, isn't it, bro?
That's nuts. So I thought, like, when he said he was the other, what was the?
I was the other man for a year.
Right.
He became the main man.
Yeah, it was his story.
He took over, bro.
The headline act, it seemed.
Jeez.
But yeah, it was incredible how many times, because I thought that, I just had a sense that he would end up with that girl that the issues happened with, and then he would find out that she was seeing someone else.
Yeah.
And it would all come back to bite him in the bum. And like, because I've heard stories of like, okay, girl's got a boyfriend, another man comes in, she cheats on that boyfriend, she becomes boyfriend, girlfriend,
and then cheats again.
But
that's obvious, because if she cheated on her ex, why is she not going to cheat on you?
That's where I thought that was going.
Yeah.
But no.
Crazy,
yeah, he's
man.
a naughty boy.
He's a naughty boy.
He's a naughty boy, and he did the wrong thing.
But he sounds happy.
And he's in a 2.5 year relationship now.
Good for him.
I wonder if he's being nice.
I guess maybe he can update us.
Yeah, no, he won't incriminate himself now, though.
I guess it was anonymous.
Yeah. Open story from him too.
Yeah,
Anonymous
very,
until...
and it was well written. I'll give him that. A lot of people mess it up.
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
did well. We've got a drug smuggler.
Oh, sorry, what?
We can look this up too to verify.
Oh, okay. All right. I smuggled live squirrels from Bali to Brisbane when I was 18. You can Google it. Best and worst thing I've ever done. I still get it brought up to this day. And then after that, I sold drugs and got caught. So I ended up being the squirrel smuggler who trafficked drugs. If you Google so-and-so, you'll see it all.
Google it.
Okay.
I had a little
Can I
look.
do it in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here it is. And here he is. All right, I'll read this. A Queensland man once caught trying to smuggle squirrels into Australia by hiding them in his pants has avoided jail for drug trafficking. So-and-so made about $80,000 from a 2-year drug operation north of Brisbane, where he documented on his phone, including a picture of him snorting white powder while driving, a court has heard.
He made $80K and didn't go to jail.
7 months after appearing in court for being a dickhead and trying to sneak in squirrels from Bali, so-and-so was charged in March 2021. He sold largely cocaine and cannabis, as well as steroids and ecstasy. He was flaunting the money he made on social media. He was nabbed by airport authorities. So I wonder what he's doing now. So this is him that listens to our show?
He's a full, this is him. He sent it in, bro. He's PT now.
He's shredded and he's changed his life around, it seems.
Yeah, and he's like running in the dark and shit.
I'm so shocked as to why he's like...
That must have been a long flight, eh?
Why did he smuggle the squirrels?
I guess it was selling them. Maybe there's a market over here for it.
Popped them in his pants. I thought like suitcase or something, but they...
Border security wouldn't have been happy about that.
No.
How did he last so long with the squirrel in his pants on a...
Do you reckon he
flight?
had an erection?
Yeah, probably. That's crazy, man. What a story.
That's nuts.
I like that he had the proof to back it up too.
Oh, almost too much proof.
Yeah.
I think I didn't want to know that much. That was nuts though.
This is a great one.
That's a squirrel joke.
What'd you say?
That was nuts.
Oh, okay. Flew over my head.
No, that's all right. I'll get rid of it. I did one last week where I said something and one of my mates from work called me out about it. He said, oh, there was a joke you made that was like really unfunny, and like he watched the video.
Oh, really?
So he could see that it was unfunny.
Oh,
But
okay.
I remember it was something about like, we were talking about something and then I said, oh, that's what they'd say in Rio de Janeiro or in Brazilian or
I don't
something.
even remember that.
No, there's a lot of things that we say that fly over our heads.
Fucking hell.
But like I said it and then like regretted it instantly, but it was kind of funny for the neutral people.
Yeah.
But no,
then he
he
got into
thought
you
I meant
about
it. Yeah.
We've got a breakup story.
Okay.
A wonderful breakup story.
Let's go.
Hey boys, got another breakup story which actually happened today. Of course it happened in the morning, 10 a.m. to be exact. I woke up with a suspicion, an inkling if you'd say. So I logged into his emails to change the password to his Snapchat and found 2 girls in the recent history who I didn't know. It got so much worse. I noticed an email from a dating app. Not any app, a gay dating app. So I sent my boyfriend screenshots attached below of the evidence I had and asked, got anything to say? He got really defensive really quick and was quite mean to me about it, and honestly proved pretty quick that this was all true without needing to say it. I ended up sending a paragraph of what's going to happen now with our relationship, and he accepted his fate and agreed that it's time. Also, he completely denied the gay dating app, but the profile picture is literally his face, and his email's connected too, so come on. Also found plenty of fish notifications in his email. That was great. I wasn't even angry or upset. I was completely speechless and made sure we ended on good terms. I felt bad for the guy since the situation was kind of embarrassing for him.
That's insane.
Your boyfriend, and then we've got the emails here. It's gay matchmaker. You know,
There's girls
lots
and
of
boys.
men and girls
Yep.
in the Snapchat. Old Sandy. Look at that on his account. Gaymatchmaker.com.
And apparently, so he kept trying to deny it, and she said, well, he used his photo and his email.
Yeah.
So you can't deny that.
It's connected.
It's all connected. And your boyfriend likes Willie.
X, I guess.
X, yeah, sorry. But she found out her boyfriend
She's
liked
on
Willie.
a bad run, eh?
She is. Did she have another story?
I think she did,
I
bro.
think she had
'cause
a bad one.
She said again. So let's see what
Yeah,
happened.
she's having some... I don't think she picks the best men. She doesn't choose
This
well.
was on the 29th of May she sent this. I didn't get dumped, but I was a dumper.
Okay.
I woke up at 6 a.m. gut feeling my boyfriend of 3 years was cheating, so I logged into his Snapchat and found all these girls.
Wait, is this the same one or no?
This is a different relationship.
Oh, this
bro.
was
this
three. Wait.
29th of May. And now we're in August and she's stuffed again.
Like I said, man, she's picking the wrong people.
She is. She's attracting shit.
You need to have inklings. You need to have like just a feeling that
She gets them too late.
she does.
That's the problem.
She gets them when she realizes that man's sucking willy.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying that if you are in a relationship with a girl and you're sucking willy, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship with the girl unless you both like that. 'Cause it seems like she doesn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So, yeah, that's it for this week. Stay tuned. Hopefully Andrew Schultz comes to us.
Yeah.
Where would you guys rank us in Australian duos? Obviously, Hamish and Andy, Inspired Unemployed, they're doing their thing. Do we creep into the top 10 or are we more of a top 50 type?
I just want to be top 25 and I'm happy.
Top 25, okay. Well, let us know, guys. Make your own lists of the
Yeah.
Australian duos. And, also, we have a question about who's punching. So, we have, obviously, the episode that goes out once a week. And there are hundreds and hundreds of couples that don't get selected for the show. If you are desperate for who's punching, if you really want one, we might start doing it on CAMEO.
Yeah.
We'll be more frequent on there if we get a decent amount that come through. And we can be, as you're paying for it, we'll be brutally honest and we can be really aggressive if you like.
We can be whatever you like.
Exactly. So, yeah, we might open that up on CAMEO for $10 or something like that.
Yeah.
So just keep your eye out for that if you're wanting a who's punching. And, yeah, have a good week. Much love, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Make sure to subscribe to the boys on YouTube and share the podcast with a mate.